Good evening from historic Nickerson Hall on the campus of the University of Indianapolis. It is women's basketball, college basketball, Northern Kentucky University versus the University of Indianapolis. I am Scott McCauley along with Mitch Wigness, and welcome to the H.H. Gregg pregame show. This pregame show brought to you by H.H. Gregg. Check out H.H. Gregg where you can get great price and great advice. Well, the University of Indianapolis, the Greyhounds, a very important game here, Mitch. Senior night. It is always an important game when it's senior night, the final regular season game here at Nickerson Hall.
Very important for these five girls to go out on a good note. They've had great careers here at the University of Indianapolis, and I'm sure they're just looking forward to this last opportunity to show in front of the home fans.
You're looking at number 34, Amanda Norris is a senior. Taryn Montgomery, she too a senior. Mandy Garrick, she a senior. And you look at this lineup, couple more to get to you. Allie Opfer, as well as Casey Elrick. That's a lot of seniors to have on this team. A record overall for the Greyhounds at 16-10 and 9-9. An important group of seniors to this basketball team.
Absolutely. These girls have been, a lot of them have been in the program the whole time. A couple of transfers in that mix as well. But these girls, you know, they really want to show well in front of their home fans for the final time here, as it looks like they won't be making the conference tournament, and they're, you know, hosting the number 24 team in the nation, and be a great way to go out of their college career.
Northern Kentucky, the Norse, 19-6 overall, 13-5 in the GLVC. They had recently had a 12-game winning streak snapped Thursday night at St. Joseph's. It was their first loss since January 6th, but they are in no worry. They will be in the GLVC postseason tournament. Now for the Greyhounds, Thursday, their last time out, they defeated Bellarmine by a final score of 66-52. And in that game, Amanda Norris, 8 of 19 from the floor, Mitch, and she had 18 points. Carla Mass, 8 of 16 from the floor, 19 points. A huge second half for the Greyhounds, outscoring Bellarmine 42-28 over that period.
Scott, you mentioned Carla Mass. She's really come on in her last 7 games. She's been a starter for the month of February now, and she has scored 53% of her season total in the month of February alone. So that's really a great addition for her. Of course, she played volleyball as well here at the University of Indianapolis. So Coach Morin kind of got her into the lineup a little slowly, and boy, she's really come on here in the second half of the season.
Well, the Greyhounds would like to build on that strong second half finish that they had against Bellarmine here against the 24th ranked Northern Kentucky Norse. Closing out that game on Thursday did the Greyhounds with an 18-8 run. Mitch, let's take a look at the Thrifty car rental keys to the game.
Scott, you mentioned Amanda Norris. Of course, they got to get her involved. She does more than just score. If they can get the ball to her in the post, that opens up the wide open three as well. Of course, the Greyhounds want to control the tempo. They're not a team that's going to outscore Northern Kentucky if they get into a shooting match. So they want to keep this game within the 55-60 range. And, of course, control Brittany Winter. Last time out, Brittany scored 17 points in the second half alone to help NKU overcome a 10-point lead that Indianapolis had built in the first half.
Control winner, you become a winner. She was recently named the GLVC Player of the Week. Be smart, buy thrifty. Next time you want to rent a car in Indianapolis or across the country, visit thrifty.com. Now here is the series with Northern Kentucky. The Norse lead the all-time series with the Greyhounds, 14-34 all-time, and the Greyhounds recently lost 62-54 at NKU. That was back in late January. Now you mentioned the enemy's top threat. It is number 42, and that is Angela Healy. She comes into tonight's ball game averaging 11.5 points per game, 7.1 rebounds, and she is shooting 54% overall from the floor. Season highs already this season of 24 points, and she pulled down 16 rebounds in a game earlier this season.
Well, if you look at the Norse as a whole, Scott, they've got 3 girls that score in double figures, and they play a lot of team basketball. There's a number of different girls that can hurt you on any given night. Of course, controlling Winter and controlling Healy will be the top 2 keys to winning for the Greyhounds.
The Methodist Sports Medicine Injury Report. It's very low, a short list for the University of Indianapolis, but it features a senior in Casey Elrich. Multiple injuries is the word.
Casey has really fought the injury bug in her career here at Indianapolis. She battled last season, didn't play a whole lot last season, has not played a game yet this season. but it looks as though she will be dressing for this game, probably for senior day, and she's really been an inspiration for her team with her lack of quit, even though she's had all these injuries for the past 2 years.
The 5'10 senior from Delphi, Indiana, Casey Elrick. That's the Methodist Sports Medicine Injury Report. Dr. Chuck Van Meter and Dr. George D. Sylvester are on the sidelines and in the locker rooms of the University of Indianapolis, hoping the Greyhounds get back into action after injuries. For more information about the Methodist Sports Medicine, call 1-800-SPORTS-MEDICINE. Now we take a look at the AAA starting lineups for tonight's ball game. For the University of Indianapolis, the Greyhounds at 16-10, 9-9 in conference play. They're led by their head coach, Terry Marin, in her seventh year as the head coach here at the University of Indianapolis. The expected starting lineup tonight in the backcourt will be a 5'6 freshman, number 4, Katie Dewey, a freshman from Franklin Central, and she has 2.5 points per game, averaging almost 2 steals a game for the Greyhounds. Also in that lineup expected to be number 12, Jessica Canary, a 6-foot freshman out of Coatesville, Indiana. Also their number 31, Carla Mast, a 6'9 junior from New Buffalo, Michigan. Number 32, Deanna Thompson, a 6-foot junior. She comes from Center Grove, scoring nearly 8 points a game and pulling down 6 rebounds a game. And finally, one of the keys you mentioned, Mitch, number 34, a 5'10 senior from Springport, Indiana, and Shenandoah High School. It is Amanda Norris, averaging 14.5 points and 6.7 rebounds a game for the Greyhounds. For visiting Northern Kentucky, their head coach, Nancy Winstel. At one guard will be number 24, Karen Krieger, a 5'11 senior. She is from the state of Ohio. Number 12 is Nicole Quixote, a 6-foot junior from Highland Heights, Kentucky. Number 10, a 5'10 senior, Brittany Winter. She is a senior from Minster, Ohio, averaging almost 12 points a game. Number 31, Cassie Brandon, a 6-foot sophomore from Cincinnati of Ohio. And finally, a 6'1 junior, number 42, Angie Healy. She comes from Fort Thomas, Kentucky. That's a look at the AAA starting lineups. And as a fan of the University of Indianapolis, you're entitled to a discounted AAA Hoosier Motor Club membership if you don't already have one. And now, for a limited time only, you can also add an associate membership to the discounted rate. For additional information, contact AAA's Greg Cedar at 317-923-1500. This is the H.H. Gregg pregame show. Back with more on the UIndy Television Network. Back at Nickerson Hall on the campus of the University of Indianapolis, we are preparing for Northern Kentucky and the University of Indianapolis Greyhounds. Let's send it over to our PA announcer for the starting lineups.
Brittany Winter. At forward, a 6'1 sophomore, number 31, Casey Brennan. And at center, a 6'1 junior, number 42, Angela Healy. Head coach of the Norse in her 24th season is Nancy Winstel. And now, your University of Indianapolis Greyhounds. At guard, a 5'6 freshman from Franklin Central High School, number 4, Katie Dewey. At guard, a 6-foot freshman from South Putnam High School, number 12, Jessica Canary. At guard, a 5'9 junior from New Buffalo, Michigan, number 31, Carla Mast. At forward, a 6-foot junior from Center Grove High School, number 32, Deanna Thompson. And at forward, a 5'10 senior from Shenandoah High School, number 34, Amanda.
Thanks to our public address announcer for tonight's starting lineups for these two teams, and that is the H.H. Gregg pregame show. Check out H.H. Gregg, where you can get a great price and great advice. Scott McCauley and Mitch Wignes. We've seen both teams come out on the court, and the first team out here tonight is Northern Kentucky, ranked 24th in the country at 19-6. Just recently had a 12-game losing streak snap, trying to get on the winning ways, but for the Greyhounds, looking for an important way to finish this and send these seniors out on a high note.
It'll be a tall task for the Greyhounds, of course, the 24th ranked team in the nation, regionally ranked as well, but the Greyhounds are up to the task. They've had a couple of big wins here this season, and of course, playing in front of the home crowd here at Nickerson Hall always helps.
Terry Marin in her 7th year as the head coach of the Greyhounds. Assistant coaches Clint Weddle and Sarah Shackle. Good crowd on hand here at Nickerson Hall. We are set to jump it up. It will be Carla Mast for the visitors. And she goes up, and the tap will do it again. She is jumping up against Quixote. These teams have already met this season. It was the Norse coming away with the victory, and they control the opening tap. And it's Quixote with the basketball. Over onto the left side. That's Krieger. A shot is up from 3, and Brittany Winter, one of those keys to the game, hits the opening tray, 3-0 for Northern Kentucky. Dewey with the basketball, trying to get it inside. Good lob pass. No one there. Now there's a pass in the back, and we'll have a tie-up. Good move on the baseline, just nothing going. Had to kick it back out.
And that was one of the keys we talked about, Scott, getting Norris involved, because even though she doesn't get a shot, she opens up other opportunities for teammates.
Brandon inbounds the basketball. Canary has it. Back out top to Dewey. 10 on the shot clock. Now the shot clock is at 5. Lane opens up. Shot is blocked. And it will go to Northern Kentucky. You can see the shot clock winding down. Good entry pass, but good defense.
And Brennan just came over and was able to get a hand in Thompson's face.
Here's Northern Kentucky on the offensive set. Shot clock now approaching 15, far into the quarter. Another cross-court pass, eyeing it up for 3, and it's no good, but the rebound underneath, that is no good, and it's out of bounds, and it will remain to the Norse.
Scott, the Greyhounds look a little bit tentative right now. Of course, a little home game jitters. As soon as we get a bucket, I'm sure they'll get right back into the flow of things.
Northern Kentucky out-rebounds the opposition by 5, and they have an early advantage here with the rebounding, controlling this long offensive possession. Pass inside in the lane. Left-handed shot is up and good. And Angie Healy is on the board with her first 2 points. 5-0, an early lead for the Norse. Out top with the basketball, Deanna Thompson. Now cutting in the lane, 17 feet out. Mast dribbles with the left off the glass, no good. Rebound controlled by Northern Kentucky.
Greyhounds have to be cognizant that this game doesn't get away from them quickly. Like we said, control the tempo. Make sure that NKU doesn't get out to a big lead.
Basketball out top to Winter. Now from the elbow on the right side. No good off the iron. In and out of the hands. The rebound controlled by Northern Kentucky after Canary lost it. Left side. Dribbling to the baseline. That's Quixote. And she'll whip it back out top. 15 seconds on the shot clock. No chance to go inside. Trying to look for Brandon. Instead, the penetration, the kick out. Now they have a player underneath. And she'll be fouled. And going to the line to shoot a pair will be Brandon, the 6'1 sophomore from Cincinnati.
Here, Brennan slips behind the defense, just not able to finish. She'll go to the line and shoot 2.
Brandon averaging 8.6 on the season. The first one is up. No good. As a team, Northern Kentucky shoots 79% from the foul line. The second one, and that rattles in. And early on, the Greyhounds trail by 6. Nice entry pass. A body, count the bucket.
And there goes the tentativeness that the Greyhounds had. They need to get Norris involved. You see, she's their emotional leader on this team. Underneath, 2 people on her, doesn't matter. It goes to her offhand, off the glass, and she'll go to the line and try and get 3.
This is the second time the Greyhounds were able to go inside. And this is the first time Norris has had a chance to put up a shot. She finishes off the 3-point play. 6-3 here in the early going. Northern Kentucky nationally ranked with the basketball. Down onto the baseline, that's Brandon. Cross-court pass into the corner. 3 ball is up, and it's no good. Good rebound underneath by Thompson. And she will control it, bring it up, pick up the dribble. Canary has the ball down low. Norris spins and it's rejected. Gets her own shot back, throws it off into the corner. Wide open 3-ball off the back of the iron, and the rebound controlled by the Norse. Brittany Winter with the basketball. The GLVC Women's Player of the Week. Outside, Coyote. And the shot no good. Missing it was Brandon, and it's knocked out of bounds, and it goes to the Greyhounds.
Scott, it looks as though the Greyhounds are very content to just get it inside to Norris and run their offense on the left side of the block there.
Good look at Terry Marin, head coach of the Greyhounds, urging on her team, down by 3 here in the early going on senior night at Nickerson Hall. Content to pass that basketball around the outside. Dewey with it now out top. Dangerous pass, nearly in the passing lanes with Northern Kentucky. Into the corner, Canary. Shot clock approaching 5 seconds. Dribbling to the free throw line. Good move, gets the shot up. And the rebound, tapped and controlled by Northern Kentucky. Winner on the break, loses it, and a collision 8 feet away. And the ball will go over to the Greyhounds.
Scott, in that last possession, Canary passed up an open 3. And here you see the collision between Thompson and Winter.
That is a scary collision. 2 players banging knees. The foul was the first on Winter. And that is the second team foul on the visitors. And on the other end, the bucket is up and good. Carla Mast, her first 2 points of the game. And a quick 5-0 run has brought the Greyhounds to within 1. Northern Kentucky down into the corner, and the pass in and out, but able to save it. Nice pass underneath, and the left shot no good. And the rebound controlled by Norris, knocked out of bounds. And we approach the first media timeout. Northern Kentucky leads the University of Indianapolis 6-5 on the UIndy television network. We are at Nickerson Hall, home of the Greyhounds, in a very historic venue here in the state of Indiana for college basketball. At a time when new fitness and wellness centers are cropping up on campuses across the country, here's Nickerson Hall, one of the venues around that really represents the history of basketball here in the state of Indiana, where the game is played. The first game here at Nickerson Hall played in 1960, and it's the final regular season game for the women Greyhound. University of Indianapolis searching for their 17th win of the season, and they're trailing here early 6-5.
Scott, both teams have had a run here. It looks like the Greyhounds are going to try and come out of this timeout, set up the same kind of offense, see if they can't get their first lead.
That is a freshman point guard, Dewey, that triggers in the offense, and the entry pass down low, and the third foul already here in the first 4.5 minutes called on Northern Kentucky. That one is charged to Karen Krieger, 5'11 senior from Ohio.
No real secrets to the Greyhound offense. They're going to attack that left block and try and get the shot there.
Wanting to get that basketball into the hands of Norris as we have our first substitution. Checking into the game is number 15, Betsy Clark, a 5'9 senior from Cincinnati. Lots of Cincinnati players on this visiting ball club. Mast has it out top over to the freshman Dewey. Entry pass denied on the defensive end. Knocking it away was Brandon. The Greyhounds control with 17 on the shot clock. Norris offers up the contact, no call. And the Greyhounds will have the basketball out underneath their own basket.
Looks to be a tough task to get something up against this tough defense. They have 4 girls over 6 foot tall.
And another foul is called immediately on the inbounds play underneath. And this one is on number 42, Angie Healy, already her second foul. And we'll see if this forces Nancy Winstel to go back to her bench, as shooting the free throw and hitting it is Jessica Canary. 6-foot freshman from Coatesville, Indiana, her first points of the game.
The Greyhounds want to make an effort to get to the free throw line. Coach Moore and teams have always been strong from the free throw stripe and always have been successful.
Canary misses the second, but the Greyhounds able to control it. A 6-6 ball game, looking for their first lead, and it's Dewey hitting the 3 from the wing.
That's what we talked about before. Just because the entry pass is there and no shot is there, it always kicks open that open 3.
This is a 9-0 run for the Greyhounds. Northern Kentucky jumped out to a early 6-0 lead, and the defense has stiffened since. No chance to get it inside. Into the corner, 5 seconds on the shot clock. Taking the steps, dribbling down the left, a collision, and it's an offensive foul.
Great move by Thompson to slide into the baseline. Greyhounds go with a little zone defense there. Thompson able to steal off the penetration, draw the offensive charge.
That's Katie Butler, a 6'1" senior from Findlay, Ohio, who picks up the offensive foul. Mast with the basketball, passes it out top. That's to Thompson. Dewey trying to get it inside, finds Canary. Nice bounce pass underneath. And Norris will shoot a pair.
Scott, that's the 7th team foul already. We're not even 6 minutes into this game, so underneath here to Norris, and she just gets hammered on the backside there. But as I said, this is the every foul after this will be in the bonus situation already. We're not even 6 minutes into the game.
Norris misses her first free throw. Amanda Norris, the senior from Shenandoah High School. Second free throw is up, no good, and the rebound tracked down by the Norris. She was a part of a festivities put on for the seniors prior to the start of tonight's game. Entry pass nearly knocked away, athletic move, and the shot will not go for Brandon. And she will have an opportunity to shoot a pair and end this 9-0 run for the Greyhounds. Brandon is 6'1" sophomore from Cincinnati. Shooting 2, misses the first. She is now just 1 for 3 from the stripe here early in this game. Second one is up, and that's good. Greyhounds by 2 with the basketball. Canary has it, tries to get it inside. Ball tipped, good patience, and it's knocked out of bounds. Thought the pump fake would work out to the advantage of Norris, but good defense, and you can already see some height advantage here on the court.
Here comes the 4th block already now for the Norris, 5 minutes into this ball game.
Dewey triggering that offense. Good move onto the side, no shot, and a collision, and Greyhounds go sprawling onto the floor. Carla Mast butts heads, and it looks like she may have hit Amanda Norris square in the forehead.
Scott, it looks like she got the worst of it. Still on the floor, and knowing how tough Norris is, she's going to play in that game. Last year, she took an elbow right to the eye, had her whole face was black and blue. She continued to play. That's her game.
Well, Norris will have a seat. She exits with 3 points in this ball game. Checking in for the Greyhounds, a senior from Riverside, California, Taryn Montgomery.
Montgomery's the type that's going to get you some defense, and she'll take open threes when she gets them.
Montgomery on the defense as the pass is out top for Northern Kentucky. Dewey steals it, and the freshman coast to coast lays it in.
That's something we've been used to. Dewey averaging more than 2 steals a game. She had a season high 8 steals earlier this season, and that's something that the Greyhounds have really. That's why she's in the starting lineup.
Greyhounds with a 4-point lead, 13 minutes to go here in the first half. Entry pass down low, no good. Rebound, Canary. Pushes it over to Dewey. Looking up, trying to find some numbers to press. Mast thought about the shot, and she'll reset the offense. Dewey, you mentioned the ability to steal the basketball. Nearly 2 steals a game for this freshman who set career records at Franklin Central. And a turnover. And it goes to Northern Kentucky.
That's the 5th Northern Kentucky block, so it looks as though the Greyhounds are going to have to free themselves up a little better to be able to get some open shots.
We've only seen the pump fake once or twice from the Greyhounds, from this Northern Kentucky team. Trouble out top, trying to find some help. Graham gets it underneath, and the layup is up and in. That's Brittany Winter.
Just
5
a solid
points.
move there by Winter. She was stuck, helped out her teammate, and just took the ball right to the rim.
2-point lead for the Greyhounds. Dangerous pass. Winter trying to jump into the lane. Trying to get it inside. There's Canary with the right hand. No good. And another rebound is pulled down by Casey Brandon. An opportunity for Northern Kentucky to tie this game up. Winner with the basketball, cross-court pass. It's in the hands of Betsy Clark, now down low and back into the corner. The move out top, and Brandon can't come up with a rebound, follows her own shot, and an easy over-the-back call for the official.
That was a good defensive possession for the Greyhounds. They'll take that kind of shot, a 17-footer.
There she is, comes crashing in.
That's the kind of shot you want to keep her to, a 17-foot shot, keep her away from underneath the basket.
Brandon averaging nearly 9 points a game, and we have a timeout on the floor. UIndy leading Northern Kentucky 11-9. Here on the. We would like to thank Coca-Cola, our corporate sponsor for tonight's basketball game. 11-9. The Greyhounds are leading Northern Kentucky, who come into this game 24th ranked. Northern Kentucky recently having a 12-game winning streak snapped, but the Greyhounds come in, having picked up a win recently against Bellarmine, a game in which they outscored the opposition in the second half, an astounding 42-28. Slow start, but the Greyhounds are starting to fight their way back into this game.
Scott, it's been a story of the defense so far. Both teams shooting under 30% to start the game, but as we get going here, the offense will get rolling.
Jessica Canary hits the first of two. Second one is up, no good off the iron. And the rebound controlled by Northern Kentucky. Canary 2 for 4 from the free throw line here in the early going. The Norse down by 3. Brittany Winter with the basketball, passes it out top. Nice entry pass, but steps. And the turnover.
NKU struggling to find a rhythm offensively. And all that happened with Norris on the bench, so hopefully the Greyhounds can get something together here and get a nice, comfortable lead heading into the break.
Carmen Graham with that turnover. She has a heavily wrapped right knee. She is on the defensive end, as with the basketball, trying to trigger it in to find somebody is Garyak, who's just checked into the game. Garyak with it out top, a transfer from Xavier. Out to Montgomery. Senior tracks it down. Shot clock's at 10. Montgomery puts it up. Cannot hit the iron. And the rebound controlled by Northern Kentucky. Head coach for Northern Kentucky, Nancy Winstall, in her 24th season, sees her team trailing by 3, approaching the midway point here in the first half. Indianapolis content to sit back and let Northern Kentucky just pass it around the perimeter. Winner, no move on the baseline, down underneath. The shot, no good. And the rebound controlled by Amanda Norris, who is back in the basketball game. Montgomery, her second 3 attempt, no good, and the senior is 0 for 2 in the early going from behind the arc.
We mentioned that Montgomery will take a look when she gets a chance. She's coming in the game. She's not going to get more than 10 minutes, but she's going to get her shots up.
Checking back into the game is Casey Brannon for Northern Kentucky. Winner with the basketball. Northern Kentucky came into this game as a team shooting 46% from the floor. They have struggled until that point, and the bucket is up and good.
Not much we can do when Brennan gets that good of position underneath the basket.
4 points now for Brannon. Greyhounds lead to 1. Montgomery's third 3, and that's no good, and the rebound taken underneath by Katie Butler. So Montgomery is coming, not able to connect from three-point range on her last 3 possessions. Northern Kentucky a chance to take the lead. Driving hard into the lane, cannot get the roll, but getting her own rebound, and it's stripped away by Montgomery. Tough sequence there for Krieger. Montgomery not having the numbers, sees the lane open up, and it's blocked out of bounds, and it will be the Greyhounds basketball.
Scott, we'll see Allie Offer check into the game now. There you see Garyak getting a hand on it, and then Montgomery's able to strip it away.
Oh, that's a perfect
bring it the
strip.
other way.
All ball, and now on the other end, here's Montgomery, her first 2 points. So the senior is on the board.
Scott, we had mentioned that Offer is coming into the game. She's another Greyhound that's going to be able to heat up quickly. She'll come in, get some threes off, and hopefully we'll be able to build a little bit of a lead here.
14-11. 9 minutes to go here in the first half. Entry pass down low to Brannon. Passes it over outside, and the shot no good. That was out of the arms of Coyote. And the rebound for the Greyhounds, who are slowly starting to win back that edge in the rebounds. Garyak with the basketball. Bounce pass underneath. Even better bounce pass to the other side of the lane, but the turnover heads to the Norse. Winner out top, closely defended by Opfer. They swing it to the other side. Passes underneath, and Butler can't hit the turnaround. Another defensive board for the Greyhounds.
Scott, we've got a smaller lineup in there for the Greyhounds. It'll be interesting to see how they're able to handle the taller NKU lineup.
There's Opfer, and the shot is blocked. Another block shot for Northern Kentucky. On the other end, it's Winner, and she gets the 15-foot jump shot to hit the front of the rim and roll in, and a quick timeout is called by Terry Marin. And so we will take this timeout. University of Indianapolis is up by 1 here on the UIndy Television Network. 14-13, 8 minutes to go here in the first half from Nickerson Hall on the campus of the University of Indianapolis.
A quick look at the stats, and NKU has 7 blocks already, and we're halfway through the first quarter. Obviously, something else needs to get done here for the Greyhounds.
Yeah, that's good and bad. Good, you're aggressive by going inside, but give a lot of credit to Northern Kentucky knocking those shots away. The 3-ball is no good from Garyak. Another rebound by the Greyhounds. And Garyak will have it out top. Mandy is a senior from Morgantown, Indiana. Montgomery with the basketball, no good, and a rebound is taken away by Katie Butler. Betsy Clark with the basketball, passes down low to Butler, runs into a double team, finds the open shooter and Winner, quickly gets it down to Brandon. Good crisp passing, and it frees up the 3, and it's no good, and here come the Greyhounds. Opfer with the basketball, and the pass is knocked out of bounds. We'll have a substitution, but before we get to that, we have our media timeout. And with 7:07 to go here in the first half, UIndy leading by 1 on the UIndy Television Network. I'd like to thank Copco, another corporate sponsor of UIndy basketball. Scott McCauley, Mitch Wigness, and the Greyhounds have led throughout this first half after Northern Kentucky jumped out to an early 6-0 lead. The Greyhounds then went on a 9-0 run. They lead at 14-13 with the basketball. Norris no good with the shot and another rebound. And they've been able to get back into it and build this lead through offensive rebounds. That's their 7th now, and the rebounding advantage is only 2 now for Northern Kentucky. Northern Kentucky on the season out-rebounds their opposition by 5. Doing a very good job on the glass is the University of Indianapolis. Shot clock is at 10. Entry pass to Amanda Norris, goes up with her left. Another block shot by Brannon. And Northern Kentucky controls. Well, we've seen each time Norris spin to her left, she's going to have to pull something else out of the bag in order to fool the Norris defenders. Good baseline drive, and the shot is no good. 3 girls hit the deck. Unable to come away with the shot is Karen Krieger, and just holding her hands up as the coach of the North, Nancy Winstel, saying, how can there not be any contact? And on the other end, a one-on-one move, and the bucket is good by Thompson. That's the kind of move we were talking about, an up and under there for Thompson. Drew her defender in the air and was able to get a clean look. And Thompson is knocked down to the ground, a frustration foul. Coming down is Katie Butler, and as she felt the pressure on her backside, she just simply threw a shoulder, knocked Thompson down, and another mental mistake, 18 foul. Thompson really drew one there. The ball wasn't even ready to go down there, and she was able to just stand in front of her and knock down and got a call. Good shot with the basketball of Mandy Garrick. Passes it over to Norris. Garrick stutter step from 15 feet. Rattles in and out. Big rebound underneath, and another block shot. Scott, by my count, that's 9 block shots. We're getting close to a record here. 9 block shots, still 5:43 to go before the half. 3-point lead for the Greyhounds. Brandon has the basketball out top. Over onto the wing to Winner. 2 of the better players on this basketball team. Winner has a tie-up and able to jump in, reach in, and grab that basketball is Allie Opfer. Bit of spark thus far off the bench. And that's what she brings. She brings defensive intensity, and she also brings just hustle.
do whatever it takes to get on the floor and get the basketball.
That's nice. That's easy. When Winter just holds that basketball in front of you, that's an easy opportunity to tie it up. More bodies hitting the ground, and a 3 ball is up, and it is good. Number 15, Betsy Clark, her first 3 points of the night. And we are knotted up at 16. Canary with the basketball. Entry pass to Thompson. Up and under, and it's good. And the Greyhounds regain that lead. 4 points for the junior from Center Grove. Under 5 minutes remaining. Krieger, a long time with that basketball. Now they swing it on the far side. Lob pass underneath. The double team comes. And shooting a pair will be Katie Butler.
Greyhounds are back to a man-to-man look. And the help defense comes over as the pass gets behind Norris. Opfer there to help out, but too much body.
That is a really nice entry pass where you can see the defender in Norris come around the front and still able to lob that pass over. Free throw is up, and Butler with the high bounce will not get it to drop. We saw the head coach, Terry Marin, talking with the officials. Wondering where that call was, but a pass coming over on the other side of the foul was called on Norris, her first. Second free throw is up and good, so Butler hits 1 of 2. Checking back into the game is Katie Dewey. And taking a seat is Mandy Garriott. Opfer with the basketball. Now out top to Dewey. Shot clock at 15. Dewey steps behind the arc. Good defense in closing out. Kicks it over. The 15-foot jump shot for Norris hits the front of the rim.
That's normally a shot that Norris will make. She will take it from the elbow more, but she'll take it from the baseline, but that's a look that the Greyhounds will look to get.
Winner with the basketball. Eyes up the 3, in and out. And a good rebound by Canary. Alford out on the offensive end. Gives it off to the trailer. Northern Kentucky. Mitch, they are scoring almost 72 points per game. They have 18 with under 4 minutes to go here in the first half. And a traveling violation, a turnover, will go to Northern Kentucky. And with that, we will take a timeout. The Greyhounds leading by 1 on the UIndy television network. Greyhounds on the web. Check out athletics.uindy.edu for the new and improved University of Indianapolis website. Learn more about all of the sports that are here on campus.
Scott, before we went to the break, we talked a little bit about Northern Kentucky, only 18 points here with 3.5 minutes left in the first half. They're averaging 71 points per game. This tempo definitely favors the Greyhounds, and they're going to hope to keep it right where it's at.
And Dewey, almost with her second steal of the night, comes away with the tie-up, and the possession arrow will go towards the Greyhounds.
Well, Dewey anticipated that pass and had 3 steps before it was out of her hands, and so Dewey, she's got that kind of mindset to step in those passing lanes.
Only a freshman. The career and single-season holder of steals at Franklin Central. She's on the assist as Carla Mast buries the 3 from straight on. She has 5 points tonight, and it's a 4-point lead. Dewey on the defense. Forces the pass over to Brannon. Looking for somebody to give that basketball to. She founds Krieger. Back to Brannon. Underneath, and the shot no good. Rebound knocked away from Norris. And it's Northern Kentucky regaining possession and a fresh shot clock. Thinking about the 3, instead deciding to pass it off. Entry pass, good positioning, and the shot will roll just off the front of the rim, and the Greyhounds control. Dewey up ahead. A good 15-foot shot from the wing, and Carla Mast quickly with 7 points, and a timeout called by Northern Kentucky. And we will take a timeout. What a quick burst by the University of Indianapolis, and the Greyhounds have the lead, 23-17 on the UIndy television network. From underneath the hoop, and it's been UIndy filling it up here in the first half. over 24th ranked Northern Kentucky. Scott McCauley, Mitch Wignes, thank you so much for joining us on the UIndy Television Network. A good night thus far for the Greyhounds. Northern Kentucky with the basketball. Drive into the baseline, a fall away 15-footer, no good. Another rebound for UIndy.
Greyhounds finding themselves in good positioning now. They're getting a lot more defensive rebounds.
And an up and under shot won't go. Creative effort. And it's Northern Kentucky's Brittany Winter with the basketball. Winter 7 points here in this game, 7 of the 17 for the Norse. Good defense applied, the man-to-man pressure. Shot clock is at 10. In the corner with it is Coyote. Up top, Brennan, no good. And a big rebound on the offensive glass. And kicking it back in is Carmen Graham, her first 2 points of the game.
Well, an uncontested look there by Graham. She was able to pull the offensive board and went right back up with it.
That was a much-needed basket as the Greyhounds have stolen some momentum here late in the first half. 90 seconds remaining before the half. Cross-court pass. Mast has been hot, hitting her last 2 shots. Make it 3 straight. Carla Mast, the junior, with 10 points here in the first half.
Well, I think the Greyhounds have their option now offensively. Look for Mast to be involved every trip down.
Mast now approaching her season average. Dewey knocks it away and saves it. Her second steal here in the game, and now the freshman pushing it up the court. Tried to get the ball to Norris, couldn't do it. Stutter step and the dribble, no good, and the shot was off by Thompson.
Had that shot gone in, this crowd was ready to erupt. The momentum has really gone in the favor of UIndy right now.
Now 50 seconds remaining. Winter dribbles into trouble. Finds it out top. Down low to Brandon. Cross-court pass. Back to Brandon. Aggressive move in the middle, and she gets the roll.
That's a big bucket for NKU. Kind of stop the bleeding, get it back to 5 here on the last possession.
Here's Dewey kicking it out to the 3-point line. 8-second differential on the shot clock and the game clock. Greyhounds by 5, looking for more. Dewey cutting across, gets the pass. Trouble underneath there. And she gets it out top for Canary. Jessica now with 4.
Nice to be able to have a 6-foot guard that can shoot that 17-footer.
Clock now at 8. Northern Kentucky having to force up the shot. No good. Rebound by Mast. 3 seconds on the clock. Carla will heave it up. It's good if it goes off the back of the iron. And what a first half for the University of Indianapolis against the 24th ranked Northern Kentucky Norse. It is 28-21. And let's send it over to Erica, who's with the head coach.
Coach, you're up by 7 now in the first half. What's your strategy for the second half?
To stay up, I think it's a pretty high-paced game right now. We're getting some shots to fall, but we got to do a better job of really getting down, getting over those high ball screens that they're setting, getting out to shooters, and then wrapping up the possession by getting the box out.
Sure, you're doing a great job. We wish you the best of luck. Thanks, Coach. That's head coach Terry Morin. Back to you, Scott.
Thank you, Erica. And the University of Indianapolis has the lead at the half here on the UIndy Television Network. O'Charlie's, with 11 locations in Indianapolis and the surrounding areas, including one on Southport Road and a new location on State Road 135 south of the UIndy campus. O'Charlie's, where good food and good times start with O. It is time for that O'Charlie's halftime show. Scott McCauley and Mitch Wignes. And Mitch, it is a 7-point lead at the half for UIndy. Some keys that you're seeing here tonight.
Well, yeah, Northern Kentucky's only shooting 28% from the floor. They've missed a lot of bunnies, a lot of shots right underneath the basket, and UIndy's fortunate to be up 7 points, that's for sure.
And with those missed shots, the Greyhounds have done a very good job after falling behind early and not hitting the glass, coming up with some rebounds.
Yeah, it was a good job for the Greyhounds to stop the bleeding after a very sluggish start. They were able to get the offense going, and then they went to Carla Mast. It went to a completely different offense. Mast was able to heat up and get them the 7-point lead.
Mast is able to hit 2 threes in the final 3 minutes of the first half. That has helped the Greyhounds build this 7-point lead. Now, Mitch did have an opportunity to talk with a couple of very special guests here on the O'Charlie's halftime show. Let's take a look and listen at what Mitch has for us.